The Labour government is under intense pressure as its leadership buckles under public outrage, paving the way for a historic surge by Reform UK. Following months of policy failures, deepening public discontent, and record low approval ratings, the British people have had enough. The tipping point came when reports emerged suggesting that even King Charles had been compelled to intervene, signalling serious concerns over the country's stability. Meanwhile, Nigel Farage and Reform UK have gained considerable momentum, seizing on Labour's downfall and sending shockwaves through the political establishment, leaving Sir Keir Starmer reeling. A growing number of Britons now view the Labour government as not only incompetent but entirely unfit to lead. The crisis has escalated to an unprecedented level, with many within Labour's own ranks questioning Starmer's leadership. Labour's victory in the 2024 general election, which ended 14 years of Conservative rule, was expected to bring stability. With a commanding majority of 174 in the House of Commons and 411 seats, Labour seemed poised for a new era. However, that triumph has been short-lived as public sentiment has rapidly soured. Despite winning with only 35% of the vote, the lowest national share for any single-party government in history, Labour was expected to implement its legislative agenda and deliver on its promises. Instead, the country has spiraled deeper into crisis, grappling with economic instability, social unrest, and widespread frustration. Public confidence in the government has evaporated, and the call for change has never been louder. Reform UK has capitalised on this dissatisfaction, emerging as a serious alternative to Labour. Labour's proposed policies, which have met fierce resistance from farmers, pensioners, and environmentalists, have only worsened the situation. Inflation has soared, further destabilising the economy and putting additional pressure on Chancellor Rachel Reeves, who is now preparing to present her spring statement amidst rising anger from citizens facing stagnant wages and escalating living costs. The Labour government's public approval has taken a severe blow. Recent polling by Redfield and Woolton Strategies revealed that Starmer's approval rating has plummeted to its lowest point since he became opposition leader in 2021. His failure to act decisively and hide behind ineffective policies has deepened public anger. Reform UK's rise now poses a significant threat, evolving into a full-scale political revolution. The situation for Labour has become dire, with Starmer's net approval rating at a mere 18%. Only 30% of voters approve of his leadership, compared to 48% who disapprove. Chancellor Reeves fares even worse, with just 23% approval and 48% disapproval, a net rating of 25%. Her economic policies are widely criticised as reckless and directionless, further eroding Labour's credibility. A majority of voters, 53%, including 31% of those who voted Labour in 2024, view the government's performance as incompetent, while only 20% consider it competent. Labour is struggling with negative approval ratings across nearly all major policy areas, with voters demanding change. In a dramatic shift, even when comparing Starmer to Conservative leader Rishi Sunak and Reform UK's Nigel Farage, the political landscape has radically changed. Farage now leads Starmer in approval, signalling a dramatic departure from the status quo. Many voters feel that Starmer lacks a clear plan to improve the UK, with 47% agreeing that he is directionless and 54% believing his plan is failing. The growing frustration among the public and the increasing demand for change have left Labour with little room to manoeuvre. When asked about Starmer's accomplishments, 43% of voters said he had achieved nothing. As pressure mounts and the economy continues to struggle, Reform UK stands ready to capitalise on Labour's collapse. Starmer's leadership is now under intense scrutiny, and his time in power appears to be running out. In a brief visit to St Edmund Hall at Oxford, Starmer was seen with a group of students in a casual photo op. While this appeared informal, it drew attention to the mounting challenges faced by the Prime Minister. Despite his academic ties to Oxford, Starmer's leadership is now under fire as political momentum shifts toward a potential Reform UK takeover. As opposition mounts and the demand for change grows, the future of the Labour Party looks increasingly uncertain. With Reform UK gaining ground and its support base expanding, the political landscape stands on the brink of a seismic shift.